Got a friend who sells propane, and the other day the darndest thing happened to him while out on a delivery. He was all hooked up, pumping the tank. Went to the truck to get him a drink, checking the gauge periodically. Most folks know when you're working with flammables, there are certain rules available to keep you from blowing yourself up. He easily passed class, tested negative for smoking grass, and most of what he learned had stuck. Was close to the holidays, and this would be the last stop he'd make before he'd spend the weekend with the family. When the tank was full, he rolled that hose upon the spool, got his check, said, "Ma'am, thank you kindly." And then some kids were screaming, "Whoa!" Something was definitely out of control, and through the air came a screeching sound. Being curious, he took the notion to find the cause to all the commotion. You wouldn't believe what he found. Full-grown ostrich was in his face, picking the time, picking the place where exactly this match would begin. And just like a student of old Bruce Lee, it pecked at his head and kicked at his knees. I tell you, that sunbucket was mean. Well, my buddy told me he tried to fight back, but that's about the time the bird's jack switched into a higher gear. He'd never seen feet so fast, especially while kicking his ass, producing the utmost kind of fear. Well, bravely admitting his defeat, looking to an opening for a swift retreat, praying he would make it out alive. This little lady, 80 years old, come loping out like Cody old. She pretty much saved his life. It was just as though time stood still when she put the hula hand around the bird's heels, grabbed the rope, gave one good yank. Kids come running with a gunny sack, covered the bird's head so it couldn't attack, and on the way back to the barn, they yelled, "Thanks!" They just left my friend laying there in a pool of his own pain. All he got for his efforts was a dismal "Thanks!" Well, I don't want you folks to worry, 'cause that ain't the end of this here story. I was asked what the moral is. There are several that are quite obvious. Some you'll have to find through processing, others you might not ever get. But of all the points I'd like to get across is how a writer sometimes gets lost, searching for those Nashville cook lines. Everybody's got their own opinion, so I guess I'd better mention this happens to be one of mine. Give your heart to your soul, take your eyes from the gold. It will come when the day is due. There are no codes to creativity. Think of your own individuality, 'cause if we were all the same, who would we have to talk to?